Hey, you guys. Welcome to Science Today. I am pumped because you are going to get the chance to make your own fossil today. Now, this is something that we would have done if we were in the classroom, but there are some different ways that you can do this at home. But first, you have to ask your parent or guardian and tell them that show them all the materials that you need, the instructions, and then you might want to do this with them because it can get a little messy. So that is what I'm going to tell you before we even start today. So here are some really awesome examples of some different fossils that people have made. So this is the way that STEM Scopes suggested that you make your fossil. I'm going to show you at the end some different alternative ways if you don't have these ingredients. So if you're going to try it this way and you have everything, awesome. If not, stay tuned because I have some plan B and C options. So we have half cup of flour, half cup of used coffee grounds, 1/4 of a cup of salt, 1/4 of a cup of sand, water, a mixing bowl, and a sample fossil object. So those are the materials that you will need. Remember, please do this with an adult today because we just don't want to make a huge mess and we want to make sure that you are measuring with all of the correct measurements that you will need. So let's brainstorm. Think about all of the fossils that you have seen. What do they look like? What shapes have been preserved and what has disappeared? Based on what you know, select an object that you would like to preserve. Some objects include seashells, twigs, a penny, a bone, your favorite keychain, etc. So you could even find something even possibly outside that you'd like to make an imprint of as well. Totally up to you. It could even be, I know some of you guys have like those little insects and they're plastic, and then those little like dinosaurs and they're plastic. You can use those little toys because they're small. If you have something that has a nice little paw print that you want to create like a little paw print, that's fine too. You can be creative. It's totally up to you. So instructions, you're going to begin by mixing the flour, the used coffee grounds, the salt, and the sand together in a bowl. You're going to gradually add water to your mixture until you have a thick mass of dough. Knead your dough in a bowl. If it's too loose, you need to add more water, and if it is too sticky, add more flour. Next, you're going to take the dough out of the bowl and continue to knead it on your work surface. Flatten your dough into a 1-inch thick slab. Then you are going to mold your slab into a shape that you like and gently press the object of your choice into the dough. So once you have a nice flat shape, a lot of times people will do it in a circle. So you'll make sure that that's flat and then you will mold your object right into it. Here's some of our instructions continued. Next, you're going to remove your object and check to see if it left a good impression in the dough. If you like it, move your fossil to a safe area and let it dry. The drying process could take anywhere from a few hours to a couple of days. Once the dough has dried completely, experiment with the edges to make your fossil look more authentic. You can also paint the dried clay to make it look more like an actual fossil, which is what they did in this picture right here. So they actually painted that a little bit. Okay. Your final step is when your fossil is complete, take a picture and upload it to this assignment. And I do have a template that will be attached for you guys. So here are some other options. Just in case you don't have all those other materials like the coffee grounds and the sand, those might be hard to get, you can make a salt dough fossil. Super easy. You need 1 cup of salt, 2 cups of flour, and 3/4 cup of water. And I will be attaching a link to an article that you and your family can use to create salt dough fossils. and it gives you the step-by-step directions and instructions on how to do that. And if you don't have any of these materials, or you're like, you know what, we just don't have enough time, if you do have clay around your house at all, Play-Doh or clay, um, any type of modeling clay, you can create an imprint in the clay with an object that you would like to preserve. And then again, some of those objects can include seashells, twigs, a penny, a bone, your favorite keychain, those little dinosaurs or insects. Um, and yeah, so those are two other options that you can use to create a little fossil imprint. And don't forget, you will be taking a picture of your fossil and posting it here. If it is not hard yet, it's not totally dried out, which, like I said, it could take a couple hours to a couple of days, still take a picture of it so we can just see how it turned out. And then I want you to answer this question right here. What do you notice about your fossil? I hope you guys have so much fun with this activity. Remember, this is just so you can have fun. You can think about how to study fossils. Maybe this is a career that you might want to do when you get older. So have fun with this, and remember to make sure that you do this with an adult. All right, have so much fun.